trip to Bali is hardly a trip to Bali without Babi Guling. It's barbecued pork, and it's beautifully succulent, crispy, spicy, and there's a whole heap of different ways they can prepare it for you. But it tends to be a little bit spicy and very, very delicious. So again, I'm doing a little sampler to see what drinks I can get away with to try and get rid of the heat of the food I'm eating. And today I'm going to try a milkshake, coffee, or iced coffee. I'm going to try a hot cup of tea and just maybe an iced tea drink or something, just to try and kill the heat, because I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to hot food. Don't mind them, but they warm me up. So while we're waiting for dinner to turn up, I just want to say one thing. Bali is starting to buzz. The streets, this is Monday night, and what are we looking at now? 8:30. And the streets are packed still, with people buzzing around everywhere, going crazy. Everyone that's finishing work around about now is going out for a little snack or fried rice or evening meal. There's not terribly many tourists here yet, but they're on their way. There's certainly a few. I think the first planes have landed directly from Australia, so they are coming in. And the good thing is about being over here now is you get the place to yourself pretty much. So the tourist attraction is that you're not waiting in line all day, and you can actually get from A to B in traffic that's reasonable. It's getting worse already as Bali starts gearing up for more and more tourists, but it's still nowhere near what it used to be. And the main reason for that is it's 2 years these people have had zero income, virtually no government support or any other source of food or of survival. So they've had to get rid of everything they had, all of the shops, all of the merchandise that they had in the stores, and that is all gone pretty much. And there's only a few stores selling the same stuff that you used to be able to get. So you can still get it, but there's the number of people selling it is remarkably less, and the selection's not quite as good. But it'll pick up soon enough. But for those people who lost everything over the last 2 years, and there's many of them, because look, this place is run by small businesses, micro businesses, and those people have had no income and no support, and a lot of them are left to go back to the family. And it's going to take a long time for them to be able to get back here and build their business up, or build a business up. And maybe that's not a bad thing, because sometimes you need a bit of a reset to stimulate the economy and to make it better. So maybe the place is looking a bit old and worn out. They might be able to come back with vigour, or someone else can come in, put some money into the place, and really make it a better Bali than it was before. Personally, I like it now. I like it while it's quiet. I like it where there's less people here. The people that are here, the locals, are so genuine and so loving and so compassionate or caring that it's a more spiritual Bali than I've seen in previous years that I've been coming here. But the food's arrived. So typical Balinese food is sitting down here, Babi Guling. So that's barbecued pork, and check this out. Wow. Got a few different versions. That's the meat only version, that's the more traditional with the rice version, and then you've got some veggies in there, some beans and a bit of soup and some satay sticks. So hey, listen, this looks yummy. I'm not going to start anything until they bring the drinks out, because I know this can pack a bit of a punch. So as soon as they bring me something to put the fire out, I'm going to hook into it. See you guys. Cassava leaf is like spinach, silver beet. This one packs quite a bit of a punch though. A little bit better. Not too bad. The spices hit me right in the nose there. It's tangy, it's not hot yet. Green papaya or pawpaw is got a little bit of crunch to it, and spring onions and spices and stuff mixed in with it. It's quite nice. We had a bit of pork crackling, yummy. Probably the thing I come here for the most. Yeah, that hit me. And then crispy pork and deep fried pork and a bit of barbecue. So it's like all these little tiny bits of pork prepared in many different ways. We got a little bit of crispy pork here. A little bit of roast pork. And a whole heap of other bits and pieces hidden amongst all that. So it's a bit of an adventure, because you're sort of, well, I guess unless you ask, you never know what you're actually eating. I've learnt one thing while I've been travelling the world, trying to try foods out that I don't know what they are. Taste them first, eat them. If you like them, ask what it was. If you didn't like it, don't ask what it was. Sometimes it's much better off not knowing. But oh, that's yummy. So we're just going to get stuck into this and see how we go from there. I've got so what's this one here? That's yours, is it? Lime juice. We've got some lime juice. So this is our the antidote. These guys love the hot spicy foods, but we've got iced tea, we've got lime juice, we've got is this a coffee milkshake? Yep, it's iced coffee, and a good old beer as a backup. Just because I like it. So that's our antidotes. We're going to try see what of these meats are the spicier ones. Now I'm using my right hand because that's the appropriate hand to eat with over here. Cold, okay, and it's covered in a batter. A bit dry. It's a bit like a sweet and sour pork without sweet or sour. The thing about eating hot foods in such a hot, steamy, uncomfortable climate, a lot of the foods over here are prepared during the day or in the morning, and the market's actually closed by about 9 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of people get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, they go do some housework and they go prepare food for the day, and they prepare meals that can be left sitting there for when people come in from school or from work or whatever, and they want a snack or they want lunch, and they just help themselves to what's been prepared by mum earlier in the day. So they're not in the habit of eating food as it comes off the dinner plate or off the stove. They're into having something that they can get back to anytime they need to, which makes a lot of sense. And the other thing too, in the middle of the day, you don't want to eat anything hot food. It's just too sweltery. You'd rather have something cool. So a lot of the foods you can eat hot, or they just prepare them throughout the day and then you eat them at room temperature, I guess. So that's nice. It's a little snack. That was the crispy pork. This is yummy. Oh. So check this one out. This one here is, I don't know what the spice is on it, but this is like yummy, succulent, cold roast pork with a kick, and it's really juicy. And after you've finished chewing most of it, something says, gotcha. And it's an exciting little surprise. I could eat a ton of that. The coating on top, I'm not sure what it is. But it sort of nearly comes across a bit like a gravy. Oh, ginger. It's ginger, I think. That's where the kick's coming from. That's beautiful. So far I haven't had to raid any of the waters, but I've got a little bowl of soup here, and sometimes the things that come in small packages. I'm supposed to have rice with this, am I? I'm trying to cut back on rice because the amount of carbs that they put in the food over here doesn't do my tummy any good. Oh, that's yummy. So it's just like a pork bone soup or something. Yeah, a bit of veggie in there and some herbs. Nice, good pork stock, and got a bit of bone in there to munch on. Have a little suck you on. That's nice, not hot. It's a hot soup, but it's not spicy at all. I don't know which drink. I think I'll start with a beer. And I've got a couple more types of pork to go on my little plate here, and I'll hit that crackling. This little piece of little pork cubes are the thing with pork, a very fine line between it being really yummy and quite dry. When it's been cooked earlier in the day and it's been cooked out, pork belly, that bit. So you got a bit of the fat, it's rendered down nicely. It's not hot like the rest of it. It's again room temperature, but it's not fatty. It's also not terribly, that fresh pork belly succulent melting in your mouth sort of flavour. It's not that, but it's nice. Oh, the subtle flavour profiles are just sensational. This is one of the things I love about being able to travel and just taste the differences, because my palate is fresh and not used to this type of food. A lot of Western food is quite bland, or very similar to the next three meat and veg sort of, or three veg, meat and three veg, that's the one. So when you're finding foods with just the slightest subtle little changes in flavour, like the nasi goreng I had at lunch today, and then later on, one of them was oily and bland, reasonable. It was okay. The sambal was quite nice, but the one I had tonight was much more intense. The flavour was much richer, and the sauce, the syrup, what they've done with it was the best part. But check this out. Oh. I'm a sucker for a good piece of crackling, and these guys know how to just enough crack. Still succulent. That little bit of pork skin was yum, crunchy, and the pork belly nuggets. No, everything's got different flavours, but they're all complementary and all very nice and beautiful, succulent together. I went for the meat plate, but it looks like they brought me out some beans, so I'll give that a shot. Oh, it's yummy. It's like a black bean sauce or something. Oh. Okay, so it looks like, let's start again. It looks like they brought me out a plate of chilies, old beans, and they tasted really nice. I'm learning with chilies that different types of chilies hit you in different parts of your throat or your mouth. And this is getting me right in the middle of my tongue, not the back of my throat at all. I nearly took my breath away though. Oh, really, really powerful flavour. Tongue's tingling. Back of my throat's fine. I wouldn't say it's hot though. It's very spicy on my tongue. It's like I just had a whole heap of white pepper or something. I'm actually going to do that again. This is unusual for me because I'm not a big chili fan, but I was expecting green beans and I got green chilies, but oh, now I add that to a bit of pork. Oh, now the lips are burning. Oh. Oh. Okay, this is what I need. We're trying to find the perfect cure for chili or for spicy hot foods. So it's been recommended hot tea, and the rationale behind that was the fattier foods like milk stick to the fatty particles of the chilies or something and actually prolong it, whereas tea supposedly dissolves or helps to break it down. Now, if anything, after having a hot tea, my taste buds going So let's try a bit of iced lime water. I'll tell you what, I'm more inclined just to take again the acid in that lime. That's not helping much at all. Now we've got the milkshake. This one's iced coffee milkshake, plenty of ice. And for a minute there, the milk definitely helps dull that heat. So chewing a piece of ice seems to work whilst it's there. Again, it seems to come back with a bit of vengeance. So the next one to try is a good old bintang. I reckon this round's got to go to the bintang. Oh, still comes back though. It seems to last a bit longer. I think please put in the comments below what you use if you've overdosed on chili, because there's so many wives' tales or so many stories about what people use. I really love to find out what it is that your remedies are, because I wouldn't mind giving them a try. I'm travelling up through the country over the next few weeks, trying street food right across Java and up into Sumatra. So anything that you can give me, any tips or tricks to try to get rid of the heat, will be gratefully appreciated. Oh, I don't know if I'm being stitched up now, but they've just handed me a satay stick. Oh, yummy, that's succulent. Sometimes at the street side vendors where there's smoke blowing out, satay's a bit dry. Oh, that's yummy. Is that hot or is it just my mouth still tingling? I don't know, look. That's a very, very nice satay. Oh, it's definitely succulent, smoky. I'll tell you what, if you come to Bali and you don't buy Babi Guling, you'll be regretting it. You don't have to have the chili. If they give you a bowl of beans, don't eat it, it's chili. If you want chili, you'll be happy. Really nice chilies. I've still got a bit of a burn. It's sort of gone off now. And it never went to the back of my throat. It was just quite there in the middle of my tongue, just melting away, and on the lips, quite tingly still, but tolerable. I can get a bit of a sweat on, but I've still got half a plate of pork to go. So I'll leave you while I finish my dinner, and thank you for your attention, for your time. We're doing a whole segment or series on street food, starting here in Bali, and we're going right through Indonesia, trying different foods, different locations, what's local to that region, and how do they prepare it, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a bit nervous about the heat because some of these places have incredibly hot food, but you know what, I'll try anything twice. So from here in Sunset Road, downtown Bali, thanks for joining me. Hit that subscribe button. Send us a message to tell us your way of getting rid of burning mouth. I know someone's going to stitch me up and tell me something's going to make it 10 times worse. Well, bring it on, because like I said, I'll try anything twice. No, sometimes I'll only try it once, but look, that's what it's all about. It's about travelling the world. It's about meeting the most amazing people. It's about helping people when you're out there on your travels. If you look at any of our other videos, you'll notice that we've actually been helping to feed a lot of the people in Bali that don't have an income or have been just had their businesses decimated by COVID. So in the last 3 months, we've probably fed over 2,000 people, and still more to come. But while I'm here, I'm also learning as much as I can about the culture, definitely about the food, and sharing some of that with my friends back home and around the world. So guys, thanks for coming. I really enjoyed having your company. Love to hear your remedies and recipes. Oh, it's all just ice cream, I think, is on the menu tonight for sure. See you, Uncle Peter. Cheers guys, bye.